Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the New York Giants and the Oakland Raiders. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, it is likely the final preseason in this storied building as EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Oakland Raiders. I'm Brandon Godden. As always, by my side is Charles Davis. So the final tune-up for the regular season, and probably not going to really see much starter action out here in this one, are we?
You're right. Not much in the way of starters, key veterans, key backups, but the guys who have to make the team, struggling for those few spots that are open, we'll see them the entire time. But you and I both know this as well. There will be a surprise cut or two from guys who didn't actually play in this game tonight thinking that they were safe.
Here's the kicker, Aldrick Rosas, ready to get us going. And off we go from Oakland. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch Derek Carr grow as a pro. When he was a rookie, they tried to game plan around him so that he didn't have too much responsibility. Now, I don't think they can heap enough things on his shoulders because they know he can handle them.
Now, 50's the mark. 180. 180. We're good. 180.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40. 20. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Josh Jacobs, 75 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week.
Now a hit and a loose football. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
On the ready.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Check back, check back.
Now Jones on first down. Going for the... It's caught inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
Eluding the pressure right. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it.
They can't stop us.
I'm plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Here's Jones, operating from the gun. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, Jones. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Darius Slayton there to make the grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Come on, let's go. 9.
On 2nd down, it's Ware. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now Carr trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Working from the gun, it's Carr. The open man here, Renfro. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
He gets it to Brown, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Here's here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 44, Carr. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. That's up.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. Carr now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's 1st down. Pass complete. Carr to Brown. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Raider first. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. On 1st down, it's Jacobs. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Dexter Lawrence in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
They'll start the drive with Hill. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw on film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. By the way, as we expected, most of the starting units out here in the 2nd quarter. So get your 2 deep, your 3 deep, your 4 deep ready for this one.
If you have a particular favorite who wasn't a high draft pick or is an undrafted free agent trying to make the team, this is the time to watch him play and give it his best shot. Because most of the starters, you're exactly right, they'll be out of the game watching the rest of the way.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 19 yards that time for number 19. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Lauletta. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. On 1st and 10, Lawletta. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
60 outlaw. Hey, lock it. You can't block me. You can't defend.
They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
That's it, baby.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. It's Lawletta off play action. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Lawletta now to throw it. That's complete to Gallman. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Lawletta, here we go on 4th. And Ingram holds it in. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation...
And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
But this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. First down, it's Ware. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Let's hope it's not anything that'll keep him out of the opener. We'll be right back.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Sling.
On 2nd down now. Richard, and he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Open man is Darius Fountain. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 45-yard line. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Running on first down with Ware. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and blitz coming, and down he goes. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
They run with Hill, and he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Right 3, 218, chop. Hey, Steve 6.
On 2nd down and 4, Lauletta. It's complete to Golden Tate. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards.
Golden Tate is really effective when he runs slant routes, and it's a little different from what I normally see with guys. Typically, that slant route is those big body guys, isn't it, partner? You see those guys run inside, and it's hard for people to get through them. I think Golden Tate wins on his slant routes with sheer speed and audacity.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Nick Nelson, who played his college ball at Wisconsin, had the tackle. On 2nd and 7, Lauletta. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. A chance to really cap off a big first half. And he is in! Touchdown, Giants! Kyle Lauletta ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. To throw again on 2nd down, Barrett. He'll find his running back. It's Jalen Richard. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Malik Collins forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So we are halfway through here in the final week of the preseason as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at...
second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Out of the gun, Lauletta. Lauletta hit, and it's out. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. So now second half, week 4 of the preseason, all the starters, they departed after one quarter. Some folks may call this garbage time, but don't tell that to the guys that are out there now.
No, I would agree with that totally because there's still jobs to be won or lost during this portion of the game, this final opportunity for them to make a positive impression.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. We get a look now at the Giants' defense as they file into position. And we watch now how effective they've been, how disruptive they've been in the backfield.
And what's been so difficult for the offense is that you know that they spent all week rehearsing these things, working on blitz pickups, protections, knowing where the pressure is likely to come from. They've read the scouting reports. They've watched the tape. But sometimes, under pressure, that coordination breaks down, and I think that's what we're seeing here.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Rudock now a perfect 5 of 5 since taking over. They haven't missed a beat. 1st and 10. Now throwing on first down and completing it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick, there on the coverage. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Johnson's got it complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They're going to look to throw. This one complete into the hands of Darius Fountain. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion. They'll run on first down. Where? And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. That's complete to Richard, the running back. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darius Fountain there to make the grab. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, here's Lauletta. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a Giant first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Lauletta. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. On the ground, Richard. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
A very solid gain of 27. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Back to throw. Got a man. It's Johnson. End zone for a Raider touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. He returns the kickoff and even 90 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? the one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. DeJuan Smoot with the tackle.
70, Indy.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
On 2nd down, Richard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Bryant has it. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Rudock now, 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Ware. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
They run again with Ware. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'll look to throw here. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Hey, a sidebar worth noting is that preseason cuts have changed. So week 3 that we're in right now, the preseason, I think, what did you say, the roster is going to stay at 90 instead of going down to 75 this year?
That's exactly right, Brandon, because in the past, just what you said, this game here, at the end of week 3, or game 3, you would cut the roster down to 75 and play game 4 just like that. In this case now, though, they're going to be able to keep guys all the way through. So guys who would normally not have a chance to finish out the preseason, they'll get that chance now and get more opportunities to get on tape.
Here comes Kyle Lauletta and company back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Gallman will run it. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Lauletta to throw. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here's Lauletta. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. This is Gallman. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. The Giants on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Lauletta. And that is incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
They snap it to Lauletta. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Coming off play action, Lauletta. Flushed out right, and he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lauletta. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Lauletta. Flush to his right, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jonathan Bostic in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Need something for deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. O'Shane Ximines just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and long. Reddick. It's caught by Bryant. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
On the draw, Richard. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Evans. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now back to throw.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Complete. It's Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll look to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now it's Lauletta. He's got his man. This is Tate. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Now Lauletta. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Instead of a run, Lauletta wants to throw it. He completes it to Tate. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good-sized play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Gary and Conley. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Oakland.